Hi, I'm Brandon Cooper, and I'm here to talk to you about something we're really excited about at First Mile Technologies, our MEILI creation to cloud workflow. MEILI, being the Norse god of travel, really defines what we are trying to achieve here. We're creating a proxy enriched with metadata, and we're sending it to the cloud immediately after it's created. We've got our MEILI box, our camera, and our high bandwidth encoder who are working in concert to create that clip and send it off. So we've got our camera here, in this case an ARRI LF, and we've got Julian. We're going to start the record. Wave to the camera, Julian. We're going to end the record. Once the camera stops rolling, the MEILI box signals the high bandwidth encoder, which sends the metadata enriched clip to the cloud. My colleague Baha is at a workstation remotely and will receive the clip and use it in a post-production application.
All right, so I'm on my post-production workspace, and any moment now, I should be getting a clip from Brandon over at the studio that he initiated. So the MEILI can send a proxy to any destination of your choice. In this case, I'm sending it over to Frame.io so I can start editing in Premiere. And we'll take a look here and see if the clip's arrived. As you can see, it's arrived into Frame. So just mere moments after the clip has been created on set, I can now review the clip in Frame.io and then drag it to my timeline in Premiere Pro to begin editing. For this next clip, the proxy will be going into AVID EOD solution so that we can start editing in Media Composer. And in a second here, I should start getting the proxy in my AVID workspace folder. From there, I can take it into my bin and start editing. Okay, so we have Media Composer open, so let's take a look and see if our proxies have arrived in the AVID workspace folder. So let's open it up here. We can see the latest proxy has been uploaded by the MEILI, and we can load that into our bin. And from there, we can start editing it in our timeline. With MEILI and the way we're grabbing metadata in our workflow, the opportunities are really endless. We can send it to any destination. We can grab endless amounts of metadata off the camera, more than a typical SDI analog route or any other device on the market. So it enables a lot of different workflows. So even virtual productions that want to set up a stage, they can now get metadata from all their surroundings, panels, cameras, and send that over to prepare a stage. So that's extremely important, and it speeds up the workflow. MEILI is really helping progress that, along with the camera original and the proxy workflows.
With the quest of changing the way that we move data, we had to start looking at the methodology around it. And we saw that we had really reliable, robust connectivity. Oftentimes, 3 networks, 2 connections per network over 6 modems, the ability to have high bandwidth in places where you would typically struggle. The idea there was then to use that to be able to pass video and metadata at the same time. So we had to develop a way to keep them connected, the camera and the broadcast encoder. And out of that came the MEILI box, a really fantastic, innovative way of doing a couple things in terms of making the camera commands move from the camera and be mirrored onto the broadcast encoder, but then also giving us the ability to transfer all the metadata that the camera is creating and sending that in there as well to be reconciled within the box. So then it can be sent from there into the cloud. We can use MEILI with almost any cinematic camera. Certainly the cameras from ARRI, Red, Sony, Canon. We've done some work with Fujinon and Blackmagic as well. And really, there's almost no limit to what we can do with the cameras of today. Currently, you tell us where you need your footage to go, your proxies, or very soon your raw footage to go. And we're able to point our MEILI application to whatever destination that might be. What we want to be and what we aim to be is the transport, the highway. We interface with any camera with a whole host of different broadcast encoders to almost any destination. This is not a closed circuit. In fact, it's very democratic in terms of our approach, and we hope that that gives us the ability and our clients the ability to be able to start using camera to cloud, to start changing the way we think about workflow on set. Currently, workflow on set is create, download, ship, upload, finish. We want to change that. We endeavor to change it to create, upload. This is the next step in terms of creative thinking and creative process. And we're happy to be the highway from the camera to the end of that process. The future of set-to-post workflow is undergoing a massive change, and we are at the forefront of that. Using connectivity in creative ways to help creative people is what we're all about. I really can't wait to see where we go next and to see how we can continue to have influence on how films are shot and edited in ways that we hadn't even dreamed before.